Alright, let's style this section. I have the mockup open on the other tab, so it's easy to compare. Now let's look at the markup ones. We have this large div here with the text and the image, and 3 small divs all within a single parent div. Okay, let's first add some padding to all of the divs. Let me try looking at the mockup, and let's say we add something like P6 to the first one. P6. Let me refresh. Looking at the mockup, it looks like we need slightly more padding, so probably P8 and refresh. Yes, this looks great. For the smaller divs, however, I think P6 could work. So let me add P6 to all of them simultaneously, like so. Like this, and yeah, this looks like the padding is good. And now clearly, this entire thing is a grid layout with the first grid item occupying all the 3 columns. So what we do is we go to the parent div, and we add the grid utility class to turn this into a grid container along with grid calls 3. And not just that, at the same time, let's also add call span 3 to the first item to make it span all the 3 columns. And there we go, we're almost there. We just need some gap between the items, so let's also add a gap of 8. Alright, this is what we have. Now all we need to do is put this text on the left and the image on the right. If we look at the markup here, we have this text div and the image div that needs to be stacked next to each other. So let's convert the parent div into a flex container by adding flex. And that's it, we have them next to each other. Now we have to align them vertically in the center. So if you remember the utility class for that, it's items center. And there we go. Now looks like we need a slight margin above this paragraph. So let me add that quickly using MT3, I guess. That should do it. Almost everything is done except for the size of this image. So if you look at the mockup, it looks like this image and this text block is occupying the same amount of space. So they both are equal width. So do you remember how to make 2 items, flex items having same width? Yes, you can use the class flex1. And that sets it equal width. We just need a gap, which is why we're seeing a slight difference. So flex item center, gap of 8 should do. And now let's compare this with the mockup, and it's perfect. There's an alternative solution, however. Instead of using flex layout for this item, you can add another grid itself. So instead of flex, let's change this to grid. Grid calls 2. So that way you get 2 equal sized columns and you don't have to add these classes. So now you see exactly the same thing. So this is a perfect solution too. If you were able to achieve most of this layout, you're all set for the next chapter.